Hello everyone. In this session, we'll discuss about time series data and how to analyze these time series variables. But before that is the objective for this session. But before we go into this, it's important to understand that your mean, your summary measures such as mean, standard deviations, or if I say the charts such as histograms and box plot, they don't make much sense when you are talking about these time series data. And why it is so, for example, if I say that you are interested in daily closing prices of a stock, and that has historically been between 20 and 60, and if you create a histogram, so what you can do is you can get, okay, say you want to create a histogram, and in that bin, say in a bin you create from 45 to 50, you can see how many of the stocks are there. Okay, you will get a count of all daily closing prices in that interval 45 to 50. You'll be able to do that, but you won't be able to know when they occur. Okay, you'll be able to get the count, but you will not be able to know when they occur. So that is the reason, a very important feature, a key feature of time is missing when you see, these things, when you see means, standard deviation, or histograms, or box plot. So that's why it doesn't make sense to use these say visualization methods, say histograms and box plot, on time series data. So in this session, we'll be plotting the data, the time series data, and we'll see how to analyze this data. So we have this data on crime in the US, and how we are going to analyze it. Let's start with the visualization process. So what we can do is we are inserting a graph here, and we'll start with this line with markers graph. So either you can select data and then do this, or just do this and then go to select data. So now chart data range, if I say I put all or whole data, so control shift right and down arrow and say okay. And this looks a very busy chart, and what I want to do is I just want to take three variables, rather I should say two variables. I want to take violent crime and I want to take population crime. So what I can go away, I can untick all the other variables here, this and this, hit okay. Now there are still some problems here because I want it to be I want 2x's of y here, and this is not like the way I want. This is like 1357. However, I want it to be 1960, 1961 in this format. So what I can do is just click on this, and you can say select data, and if I say edit, you can give the data range. So I'm selecting this data here. It's the data range, and click OK. Now, okay, I'll make the next change later. Okay, so first when I do this, and then see my data set, see my graph, this is coming fine now, but I don't want this year to be written here. So again, I can select data and just remove this. Okay. Now next thing that I want is that I have these two variables. One is violent crime, sorry, property crime. So this one is property crime, and this one is violent crime. And I so for these two variables I want two y axis. So how to do that? How to add another y axis on right? So what we can do is we go to chart design and or we say change chart type, and in combo in year is cluster column, and I don't need that. I can just use simple line here. In fact, even that is also not required. I can, simple line I can take. Okay. Now for violent crime total, say I want again a line chart, not the stack line, a simple line chart, and I also want a secondary axis here. So for this violent crime, show this series on secondary axis. This is what I can do here. Okay. And this is how you get the chart, you get the secondary axis also. Now what you can do is you can change the chart title. Say I give it time series, or I can call it total violent and property crimes. Total violent and property crimes. Property crimes, yes. Okay, so here I can edit this again. So in select data, uncheck this. Okay, it's gone now. You can change the type of these lines. You can make it marker, line with the marker. So that's up to you. You can remove these lines here like this. If you want to add axis title here, that's another thing that you can do. So just go here and axis title, and then you can write this one is violent crime, Control Z, violent crime, and this one is property crime. Actually, this one is secondary axis is your, which we selected was for property crime. It's the other way around. So this one is actually your property crime, not violent crime. And this one is violent crime. And here you can write either year, or if you don't want, you can remove this axis title from here. You can also add legends here. So legend you can add at the bottom also, so that we get more area. And you can remove here because they are not putting a separate any axis for his. Yeah. So now if I have to analyze it, what do I see here? So if this shows that both type of crimes increased sharply until 1990. So if you see that here, so it's increasing both type of crimes, both the crimes are increasing till 1990, and both type of crimes and then gradually decreased. So it's a gradual, if you see that, here it is sharp increase, but it's a gradual decrease after 1990. uh, the time series population graph, we can check that also. That is the next graph that we'll be doing. So in next session, what we'll be doing is we will check the parameter, that is time series of the population, how the population is growing. So that was all in this lecture.